Greetings from North Point Residential School, Siliguri. Today I'm joined by Dev sir and Somnath sir, who doesn't need any introduction. One of the best faculties that we have in North Point Residential School, Siliguri. Not just in North Point Residential School, Siliguri. It won't be wrong to say they are one of the best bio and physics teachers in entire Siliguri. They have earned the name and fame through their constant hard work, and to be around them, it feels like you are in an ocean of knowledge, definitely. And today, thank you, Dev sir and Somnath sir, for taking a time out. We just wanted to have an interaction with you, and through this interaction we wanted to speak directly with the student who aspire or who wants to join science. They have a different ambitions or aspirations after joining North Point Residential School, or be any other school. I won't particularly say, because definitely children, definitely they have choices in today's generation, they definitely, but when we talk about North Point Residential School, we have a complete environment for science. But before that, it is very important to learn why science, because many of the students still in a dilemma. They know science, they want to join science, but they don't have an in-depth knowledge of science. So regarding that, I would just like to have a short interaction, or would like Dev sir to enlighten on this. Why science and what are its scope? Because it is very important, sir. Could you please be kind enough to tell us why science and what are its scopes, and especially considering the environment of North Point Residential School, sir? Over to you.
Thank you, sir, and very good morning, to sir and to you. The thing is that it is just not a question of science. In the present new education policy that is coming up, a student can pick up any stream that they want. It totally depends up to them. Now we will, as parents and as well as teachers, in the growing years, let us say from class 8, 9 and 10, we need to see what is their aptitude, what is their interest, and let them also we should give them the responsibility to find out like which stream they want to go.
Right, absolutely.
And accordingly we need to motivate them and guide them. So science, yes, we are science teachers, me, Somnath sir, and we have been doing this, we have been in this field for quite long. But like if you say what is the scope of science, in that I would like to comment that there is present India is giving a lot of scope. Like when we had studied, and the situation right now, tremendous changes, a sea of opportunities. So if you talk about like in bioscience, which is my subject, like it is just not that you have to become a doctor if you are studying bioscience. You can go for research through ISER exams. ISER 80 exams are there after class 12. You can even give something called CUET after class 12, which gives you an opportunity to study in any domain subject that you want. And there are many other, like national forensic examinations are there. You want to go for dental, you can go for BDS. You can go for, let us say, agriculture field, and there are plethora of options which are available at this point of time. So during this 2 years time, a child has to actually understand, and we as teachers and mentors will have to guide them as per their talent and skills.
Right, absolutely.
And they need to pick it up, they need to explore, and internet is just like nothing nowadays, right? Readily available, and it's a time of AI, and it's a time of machine learning, so plenty of options.
Thank you. Definitely.
So it's up to the child to explore, and our work is to guide them as per their talent and ability. That's what I'd like to say. Yes, Sona sir.
First of all, thank you. Your question is why science?
Why science and
Why not science? Because first of all, science is the most practical based subject. So and it's very conceptual subject. So if you understand the concept, it's very easy for you to learn it very easily. And secondly, in our school NPRS, we have a very well equipped lab is there, we have digital board is there, and all other modern tech facilities are there, which will help you to understand the science much better way. So obviously the science is the good option to choose it as a student, if you are interested for science and technology. Now about the scope, already sir spoke about this. There is a lots of scopes are there. Like if I say the engineering field, So in engineering field also you have so many branches like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, computer engineering, artificial engineering, all so many branches are there only with the engineering. Other than that you have bio, so many branches are there. Research, you have so many branches. Then artificial intelligence, there is also now so many fields are there. Then the sports also nowadays connected with the science and technology, how they increase their efficiency, that is also help them. So if you ask me, so science help them to increase their efficiency in all fields.
I'll just add one point, sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Like in the present scenario, what we are seeing, like going with the NEP, if you see the concepts of NEP that are coming up, like this stream itself, like science, commerce and humanities, this concept itself is getting diluted. Right. Because like it is up to the child, like a child can also pick up mathematics, along with that can go with geography as well.
Yes, sir.
So that is exactly how the developed nations also are doing, and our is as per the we maybe that we were like, for my case also, like I like biology, I like maths, I like science, but at the same time I also like geography. But I had no chance to pursue geography once I had picked up the PCMA combination.
But now they have that right.
So this is what I'd like to say. And yes, science, once you're picking up, if this NAP is offering this system, so the child can actually study what the child wants to study at this point of time, and later on
their interest matter.
Exactly. So later on also interest change. I agree that interest can change, and if it changes, you can again switch back to what you feel is happening at that point of time.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. And yes, exactly. So absolutely, both of the gentlemen clearly defined the scope and talked about the flexibility that we have come to see in the present generation. Like sir said, while before this we were discussing in our generation, since a bit senior than us, but more or less we didn't have that kind of flexibility or scope. Once you are science, you are science. Now at present, like sir said, if you are interested in geography, you can take math. In the same case, good with commerce student, they can take applied mathematics, which is definitely there. And which brings me to the next question, sir, which is very important for students to understand, because some people wants to take PCM, some people wants to take bioscience. Regarding this, what subject combination do we have in the school? What do we provide to them? What subject combination we come up with, so that students, when they hear you, they become absolutely clear, okay, this is what we have in North Point Residential School, and does it align with our interests or not, sir? So if you could just give us the idea about the subject combination.
First of all, if I say about science, so in science also we have so much variable combination. The first, physics, chemistry, maths, biology, this is the one combination. Overall, the student minimum they need 5 subject. One is English, rest 4, and student can add one more subject, means total 6 subject is there. Now this 2 subject means, suppose English and 3 subject, physics, chemistry, maths, biology, anything. Now they have 2 subject, so this 2 subject they can choose. There's a wide range, like they have IT, they have computer science, they have library science, they have physical education. Not only that, even sometime they can switch economics, means with the science student they can take, instead of computer science or IT or physical education, they can choose economics also. So there's a variety of subject combinations is there, so they can choose accordingly that. Okay, and I think for commerce and humanities also, when you arrange that, they also say about that also. Thank you.
Thank you, Somnath sir. The question goes the same to Dev sir. Dev sir, subject combination.
Yeah, sir has already mentioned the ones which are available in PRS, and that a lot of flexibility, that is what I'll say, that PRS is providing enough flexibility for them to pick up the subject that they want to pursue.
Right.
So that is it, like enough choices for the students out here.
Thank you, sir. And so there you go, students. PCM, biology, that is absolutely there. Apart from that, like sir said, English and other subjects are there as well. And now a modern infrastructure. They say environment is something which matters a lot, because science is something, like sir said, practicality, a practical subject which deals with the practicality of things around. And definitely environment is something we were not that fortunate enough, but we are thankful. But at present the students are very fortunate enough to have environment, which definitely is our lab. And so what lab facility do we have? Because theory is there absolutely, but to align the theory part with practical is something which makes your concept quite clear. So if you could speak about the lab facility that we have, and how do we connect the theoretical matters with the practical matters, along with the digital board which has come in North Point Residential School. And definitely there are so many other things, like sir said, AI, everything which is there in the school itself. This smart board, it is a part of machine learning. You just enter the data and everything is there on the screen for you. Audio visual class, which makes it very, very interesting for students. So interesting environment is there. And on this question, sir, if you could just give us a gist about the lab facility and how often we use it. Digital classroom, has it helped students to what do we call it, in terms of adapting the knowledge, or in terms of extracting the knowledge in a better manner? Has it helped so far, sir?
See, if you tell me, if I go back almost 25 years down the line, it all was chalk talk.
Yeah.
In our time, I think in your time also, it was like chalk talk. And explaining, we used to see our teachers also, like when we also, our teachers, and when we started teaching, to explain certain concepts of, let's say, sir's physics, or even in some difficult diagrams of biology, to draw it within that 30-35 minutes time, it wasn't used to be easy. And now these things are available in a click of just one touch over there on the screen, and we get it. So
I just include add up this with the digital board, and that you can add show the 3D structures also. We move from 2D to 3D also. How the structure in real life it will look like. It will also help.
So that means there has been a sea of change. It has been a sea of change. Like it's a paradigm shift, completely a paradigm shift from the teaching learning process. What has happened over here is like it's a, you can say like, as I'm telling, it's a sea of change, Pacific Ocean change.
Definitely. Especially after.
It has become after, yes, post lockdown. If you say what has happened is a post COVID, if you say, like in 2019, I think all teachers will also agree, 2019 the way we were teaching and now the way we are teaching is a huge change. And it has been a tremendous update by all the schools, and particularly in NPRS. If you say, NPRS is so well equipped, and just not equipped, what has happened is that each and every classroom it is installed. I mean, these all smart boards and even a whiteboard and the audio systems, and it is being used on regular basis. Like right now, I can't believe like I will be just taking a class on a on a whiteboard. Like although yes,
Digital board is very tough.
yes.
For us now it's very tough without digital board taking the class. And one more thing, this is I want to give credit to the North Point School, because here's teachers are also very smart, or you can say they are able to use this all the digital things. They can use the lab properly. So teachers are also very what you can say, upgraded themselves also according to the school challenges. Give them the challenge or whatever you can say.
Yeah, one point I will put over here is that what in NPRS, what an attempt that is done is that along with the theory, yes, theory class, like we are seeing the smart board facilities and all these like studio setup, what we call it, it is available. It is just not available on a daily class, but also available for the hostelites.
Definitely.
The hostelites also. So the theory part, yes, they are getting a very good visualization in the smart board and difficult diagrams, and we can finish the lessons in a effective manner and a faster manner also. Faster manner also. So the concepts are becoming more, easier to grasp.
Absolutely.
But if you say on top of that, what is really well followed in NPRS is in the science class is the science lab work. The lab work is meticulously done. And it is just not like we lay enough stress that the students actually do it in the lab, and the project work, and you talk about the practical file maintenance, it is very orderly done. So this is what I love, and I see a difference. I have been teaching in many schools, but out here in NPRS, what I see, the students are really receptive, and I must give the credit to the management regarding this, the entire team of teachers and management, that they are nurturing the kids quite well, so that in the classroom teaching learning is not difficult. No, we have been teaching in so many places, but post-COVID, the challenges of teaching has increased tremendously. And I'm sure Somnath sir will agree on this point.
Sir, post-COVID, what I realize, students are not want to write. Means they just see, they just want to see. They are not try to write. But here they get a very good time to writing, to visualize. So that I can see here, and I must give the all credit to the management and all. Say they make it very in a good manner, use the technology also, and they have that, they don't forget that habit also. They are writing also very properly, and they see the technologies also benefited, they're getting the benefit of the technologies also. So overall, in the future is very bright.
Actually, it's just extending that point of sir. The fault is definitely not this teaching learning whether they are not writing. This is being observed, I think, by all the teachers, that they are struggling to write subjective answers. The subjective question answers which are there, like MCQ there. Now the fault obviously is not there, because during the formative years, this COVID came in, and they became, all was visual. So they were dependent on these gadgets. So during these formative years that this has happened, it is now very difficult for them to give up that habit. So we as parents, I am also a parent, my son is also studying class 11. So what I have noticed is that regarding the usage of the mobile phones, now it's a time like we can't say that you can't use a mobile phone at all, right? Because that's now a part of our lives. But we will have to somehow teach them. It's a struggle, I know. It's a very easy. It's a challenge. Very easy to say over these platforms. But even I'm also struggling at home to manage that, how to monitor that phone and make it a useful tool. It has become a necessary evil. Mobile phones and necessary.
Technology always you have good.
Yes, and the good as well. Both are there. So subjective answers we are trying in NPRS because CBSE pattern presently has both MCQ and subjective. So the subjective part we are trying to ensure that they don't fall back on that.
Right.
This is.
Yeah, so there you see, definitely the technology, it has a flip side. It is like a flip side of the coin. You can use it in your favor, and it might go against it as well. Like sir said, even it has become a common habit for everyone, be it of a child of any age or a mature adult person of any age. It is like mobile has become a part of our life, but then how you control it is something that comes along with you. And definitely in the boarding environment that we have, there is something where I see the meticulous control, the student moving away from those technology and then sticking to the technology that is beneficial for them. What do you have to say on this, Dev sir?
Definitely, technology is helping. As I told you, that technology is making very complex things are becoming much easier. And imagine at our time when we had a doubt. Suppose when we had a doubt, we had to wait for a teacher maybe for one whole week. Before a physics concept used to get clarified, or a maths numerical used to where we get to start.
Right.
Now what we are seeing that these things are happening within seconds. But it has its pitfalls also. Like they are getting the answers. When we are saying that they are getting the answers in one click, what is happening? This is also affecting their, exploring ability. Exploring ability because when you try to find an answer on your own through textbook, you are actually studying many things.
Right.
But if you get this, ready-made answer in the different platforms that we have, so that I feel is also a damaging factor. So the habit of reading books is almost gone, except few students. Those are still continuing. Because now, if you talk about an English teacher, I think English teacher will also say like using ChatGPT or any other form, right? Within AI, right? within no time we can make letters and all. But when we are actually seeing their communication skills, we are seeing that they are struggling.
Right.
So both things are there. I would.
But sir, that
yes.
is also, but I think that is also important. Ki you must go through the book, reading the book. That habit is also very important,
essential.
because for study, I personally think ki it go through some steps. Ki if you not read and then if you not write, it is very difficult to remember for the long time. For one day, half an hour, 1 hour, it's okay. You can read, you can visualize, you can understand. But once you read and then you think on the brain ki what is going on, and then you try to write, because after all, when you give the final exam, you have to write. So if you are not practice that writing, what you see, what you understand, you realize ki you understand the whole story. But when you write, then you actually understand ki you itself, you understand ki how much you able to understand.
Yes, and it's not just about writing, to write how much.
Suppose it's a 3 marks or 5 marks question, you realize you can write everything. But when you write, then you realize ki how much you able to write. And within the span of some time, that is very important. And I personally think the hostel student in NPRS get that benefit because they are get a very small time for the mobile use, which help them ki not use that much so much, because as I connected with this school and other place also. So what I realize is student, that is a very harsh thing for the students. They don't write, they don't want to write, means they realize that they can understand, but just when the exam came, when they give the exam, then it reflects that they forget to write, they forget to write. So that is a very challenging problem, and guardian are also saying the same thing. Students are continuously watching the mobile, and because of that they are not able to write the answer. So that is also important. You use the technology, but not continuously. You only depend on that technology. You must write your own some portion, because our exam is on writing skill, writing base. So that writing skill you have to develop. Otherwise, it's very impossible or very difficulty.
That just brings me to one more thing. That's when the English speaking comes into picture, no sir? That's when the English speaking comes into picture. That's when the writing skills comes into picture, because I have seen some people are very good speaker, but when it comes to writing, they mess up big time. So definitely technology is there, but then if you don't follow the traditional method, tradition is something which will go a long way. Yes sir.
That's all we need. The simple thing is that we have to use everything. We use the technology also, but we don't forget the traditional things also. That is also helpful. That is also because this is the base structure. So base structure, we don't without base structure nothing is possible. If the base structure is strong, then you can use the technology, you can use the 3D version, which we also use, which is helpful. That's why I'm saying that's why we are using both, the writing skill also, as well as we are put the where we are not able to show them the 3D structure or we use them, we show them these all things by the digital board and thing. We are not delete them, we can store them. So if any student is absent, or he or she is not able to attend the lecture, they can take it later on also. These are the benefits of that part.
Thank you, Somnath sir and Dev sir. It is wonderfully explained, and this is like I said very at the very outset of this podcast. It is for you. It is not just we are trying to explain why science, because this what do we call it? The root information or a very traditional information that we give. It is not just related to your subject related. It goes same in the field of commerce as well. It goes in the field of arts as well, agriculture as well, or be it any other professional courses that you are taking. So the next question, which is very very important, that is definitely the science student has some picture set for their future, and that is more of a more or less ITJE is something which comes into a very first frame of the picture when we talk about science. It is not just that we, by saying that, we are trying to limit the scope of the science, but more of a student are inclined towards that. So sir, what how our subject is aligned with those future courses. This is the basic academic courses which they have to fall into, which is definitely the board is the first crossroad. Then once you get there, and then comes ITJE. But then they say you prepare it at the very beginning. It is like your board preparation is going along, at the same time you have something at the back of the mind for your ITJE. So you don't it is not that you're randomly or suddenly starting. You try to find a fine balance between two. How does this work in North Point Residential School, or how our subjects or the courses or whatever syllabus that we have in our North Point Residential School is aligned somewhere down the line with this future courses, foundation courses?
In the first place, what I'd like to say is, those who are coming for science, class 10 going to 11, most of them, they are yet to decide,
Right.
like they want to take up which exam.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So as they do these classes, they slowly, they realize that what is the difficulty level of these different exams, and which one is their cup of tea in very simple terms. So taking up science doesn't imply that you will have to go for the entrance exams like JEE Advanced, highly competitive exams like JEE Advanced, JEE Mains, or even NEET, right? But right now our country, India, is offering so many different scopes in the, as we have just few minutes back discussed. So as because every learner is different. Like some goes with MCQ, likes MCQ learning. Some, they don't want to go for that competitive. They just want to study science. In a class, when we ask like how many of you would like to try for NEET exam, there may be so many. They say I like science, so I have taken up science. So maybe they are cut out for research. Maybe they like agriculture. So I would suggest that let them explore. In NPRS, what we are trying to do in the school hours, itself, like we are in the class, and as you're talking about aligned, whether a student who is studying in the school and can give such exams or not. So you think about all these years which were happening, last 20-25 years, you check it and you will find that the schooling system was very much there, and after school, if a child who is inclined towards it and aspires to become an engineer or a doctor, will go ahead and will have to revise the same concepts at home. So if a child who is actually good for sports, it might happen that taken up science and would like to, maybe sports management would like to do. So if you push that child to for a JEE Advanced preparation or for a NEET preparation, although we are we are there for such subject experts we are, but still with these years of experience, what we have realized that there is no need of unnecessarily creating this stress, because this stress will affect the child and will break the confidence of the child. Once the child, he will not manage to cope up, and it will go down the wire to the parents and the family.
Right.
So all these things will come up. So what we suggest is that what I feel, personal feeling is that they have taken up science. They have not taken up JEE Advanced or NEET.
Right.
So as a science student, let the child study, and then let the child find out that whether it is and whether the school's content at the end of the day. If you talk about NEET, biology is my subject. Almost 100% of the questions are going to come from NCERT.
Right.
So if a child studies, talking about biology, I mean biology, in the NEET exam, like 360 marks exam is there.
Right.
So it's like almost 100%. So if a child studies class 11 and 12 properly, nicely, all the topics well covered, and revises, if the child has an aspiration and an aptitude for it, an interest for it, the child at least will get one seat, one government college banega isme. Right.
Absolutely.
So that is what I'd like to. So let the child also be happy.
Yes,
it is just not like pushing someone into a domain which is actually for which he is not cut out. His genetics is not cut out for that. Right. So this is what I'd like to say.
Definitely. Thank you. And so much,
Sir,
on the same page.
Sir is absolutely right. With that, I just want to add some portion. First of all, I'm talking about the science. If PCMB is your combination, then after 12, you can take any branch if you want. If you want astrophysics, you can go with that. If you want NIFT, you can go with fashion branch also. If you want economics, then we go with that. So my thing is that exactly Deps are saying the same thing. Ki during that 11, 12, let the child decide ki which subject he or she feel much better. Because so what I realized during that 4 year of BTech, ki except computer science, sir, 70% syllabus is based on maths and physics of the whole engineering syllabus. So that's why I'm saying ki let them decide ki what they want to do, because so many branches are there in physics also, so many branches are there, biology, they have so many branches at health sector, they have nursing, pharmacy, then physiotherapy, then research oriented things are also there, genetic engineering and all, so many things are there. So don't stuck only in, my advice is that don't stuck only in engineering and medical, because apart from that also, according to me, the competition is less, branches are so much, and the number of good students relatively less, because now it's like engineering and medical, we have only, if you are science student, we have only the two options, either engineering or medical. It is not like that. Including them, you have so many other options are there. First in 11, 12, just enjoy the subject, and on the basis of that, for the success, I personally think you need to master in one subject, not for the all subject. If you master in one subject, that is more than enough.
Thank you, Somnath sir. This is something wonderfully explained by Dev sir and Somnath sir, and that's why I asked this question, because parents maybe they don't have that much of information, because when they see science they think engineering and doctor. It is not that. So that's why we want you to come explore, because we have this mentor who are ready to guide you. It is not just that they will just talk about engineering and doctoring that is neat. They will open the door for you, and by the end of class 11 and 12, one thing will guarantee you, you will have endless option. But like Somnath sir, you have to stick with one, because you cannot be master of all. Yeah, you have to fall in love with that, and definitely passionately pursue that subject. And thank you so much sir, because this question was very important, and this question brings me to a very last question, which is related to our Northbound Residential School, Siliguri. Let's talk about assessment, because student is judged on the assessment. The aptitude, like Dev sir said, it is not just about going for science, arts, or commerce. It's more about your aptitude, whether you belong to that. Is it your cup of tea or not? Because you just cannot go by trend, because we have seen, sir, in class 11 and 12, class 10, what happens, you have friend, if he or she tends to join science, you just go there science, and later on you tend to realize, okay, this is not my cup of tea. So that is something which is very important, and that brings me to a last question. Like I said, let's talk about assessment. How do we assess the students, and what are the measures we try out with the students to turn the bad students, let's not say bad, but no students are bad, but they might find it difficult, to bring them to the average, and then average to a good, and good to excellent. Yeah, definitely. What are the measures that we conduct? Definitely, as a mentor, you do it whole lot. I've seen you, both of you, doing classes in normal classes as well, and taking the students to lab as well, so that they get to explore so many things, because that is something that is going to get them into the line of the future where they want to see themselves. But before seeing the future, we must live in the present, and the present is assessment. So how do we do that, sir?
Yeah, evaluating is one of the key aspects of teaching learning.
Yes, sir.
So, in one advantage that NPRS is having is that it's a size of the class students. I mean, it is manageable at this point of time. It is manageable by a single teacher. Now, when in different coaching institutes also we find that it goes like more than 80-90 students present in it, and it is very difficult for a teacher to connect with each and everyone over there. Teacher-student ratio matters, and it's a healthy teacher-student ratio in NPRS. Right, there is a huge demand. That's a different thing. Already the demand of NPRS is rising, as we can see. So, but the sections are, it is being segregated as per section. So the student strength is definitely a very, very important thing when you want to ensure that in your class, the one who is less receptive, even that student understands.
Absolutely.
So it is a tough task, no doubt, when the number increases, and this is where NPRS has an edge.
Right, right, sir.
Next thing that I like to tell you is that even then, there will be, each learner is unique, and they are going to learn in their own way.
Yes, sir.
So no matter, even in so many times it has happened that I have delivered a class and I feel that I have given a wonderful class. I may feel it, right? But at the end of the day, when we put up some questions and we realize that maybe 50% of the class is not answering,
Right.
then we realize that actually it did not imbibe.
Right.
So in that case, we need to do remedial, and in NPRS remedial systems are there, and backup classes are given. For those who are not academically performing so well, for them, for both students or even regular students, other classes, it is after the evaluations are there, usual evaluations of unit tests and half yearly, special groups are made, and the classes are given to them to come down to their level, and clarifications of doubts are given. So that is how we bridge the gap.
Right, sir. Right.
And as far as talking about those who are really bright, if you say the bright ones also needs to be catered. It is not always the ones who are struggling with some concepts. So the toppers also need to be, they also have their own needs. So for them, we are continuously giving them the specific MCQ requirements, which are there for the NEET or for the JEE. Special question sets are being prepared, and continuously it is being given.
Right, sir.
So this is one thing. And even in a hostel, I have seen that the hostel students, sometimes in many schools, they feel left out, that they don't get exposure to the top-notch faculties and things like that. But here the in-house faculties are giving supportive classes in the evening. So this is how the hostel students are also benefiting. So that's why I feel that yes, NPRS is really galloping, as you can say,
Yes, sir.
and I'm sure it's going to really do well.
Thank you, sir. And final word
Sir, according to me, bad means tough subject or easy subject, it is depends on the students as well as the faculty.
Yes, sir.
I go through some students, when they pass class 10 exam, they told me that sir, physics is a very tough subject. But after 2 years, 11, 12, now they are doing PhD in USA in physics. So it's not about the tough subject or weak subject. It's about how much interest you can grow to them, and how much you put up the concept into their head, so that they feel very easy. So once they start it, so then it will be easy. And one more thing, sir, we have a very misconcept. Suppose I feel, for me, suppose I feel very poor in mathematics and very good in English. So actually what we have to do, or I have to do, I give more effort on maths and less effort on English, because I'm good in English. But exactly we are doing the reverse thing. If I like maths, I'm only studying maths, and if I am not liking chemistry, I'm not
completely leaving it. Yeah.
not trying that chemistry. The reverse thing actually happened. Okay, if you are not able to understand chemistry, put some more effort on chemistry. And suppose you are very good in one subject, so give a less effort on that subject. Because after all, when you giving 10th exam or 12th exam, you have to balance all subjects. Then you get a good. So you have to. That is also teachers' responsibilities. If they balance in that way, if they balance, if they're doing these things, I think all subjects are not very tough. According to, if you ask me, I say physics is the most easiest subject.
Right.
Similarly, if you ask me, other subject is like, if you ask me, I say English is a very tough subject. Similarly, for others, teacher, English is very easy subject, physics is a very tough subject. So it depends on their point of view and their interest.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dev sir and Somnath sir, faculty of biology and faculty of physics. Apart from that, we have a very wonderful faculty. We have a complete faculty of science. We have Anjan sir, chemistry, and then we have Binod sir for math, and then we have Saradindu sir for chemistry again, and then we have Sanjeev sir for biology. We have Trisha ma'am for English. We have Rita ma'am for Hindi. We have a complete faculty, and each and every subject teacher are meticulously built to clear the concept, and they have done so far. It is like sir said, 20-25 years of teaching in the field. It's not easy, and it is not just about teaching. It experience. What matters is experience, and sir, both the teachers, both the gentlemen have tons and tons of experience. That's why I told you in the very beginning, they are the known face of Siliguri. Everybody knows Somnath sir, Dev sir, a student, in fact, not just the students of North Point Residential School Siliguri, but the students watching, other students watching from different schools, they know these people. They have been there working their way around, and they have been one of the great faculty. And the way they teach, like the way they spoke, they did not just spoke to the student of North Point Residential School. If you could hear them clearly, if you can understand what they were trying to imply upon you, they were speaking with you. They were not just speaking with the students of North Point Residential School. In fact, to each and every students who are at present sitting at the threshold of board exam, and once they are done with the class 10 exam, and they may be thinking of joining North Point Residential School as science, these are the gentlemen you are going to face. These are the gentlemen who are going to mentor you for the future, and definitely they have done that for 25 years, 20 years, and have made the future of the students. And we are thankful to them, not just them, to each and every faculty working in North Point Residential School day and night, putting their hard effort, coming, facing the new challenges, working with the system, trying to understand the new, technology that comes along, and trying to implement those without messing with the traditional value which is there in the subject, which is there in, clearing the concept. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure the student will listen to this, and not just students, parents need to listen to this as well, because parents needs to understand you cannot force your children to take science, you cannot force your children to take arts, you cannot force children to take commerce. Let them do what they want, let their interests work, and if you allow that freedom, definitely the child will shine. And thank you, Dev sir, again. Thank you, Somnath sir, again. We wish you best of luck for your future endeavors as well. And that's it. Thank you. It was a very lovely podcast we had. We look forward to speak with you two gentlemen in future as well. Thank you so much as of now. Thank you, and best of luck for your board exams.